We are obsessed with playing games on our phone. It's just like a great way to just kind of zone out when you just have like a couple minutes to wait for something. You know, maybe I'm waiting in a doctor's office, or, you know, waiting for your kids to get out of school and you're, you know, stuck in the car. It's awesome to play Best Fiends. And I just finished level 60 and it is so addicting I can't put it down. I freaking love this game. Best Fiends is a mobile puzzle game that anyone can download and play, whether you have a few minutes or a few hours. Best Fiends is the perfect puzzle game to lose yourself in because you're having so much fun. I just love it. You can solve thousands of puzzles. And the more you play, the more characters you collect. And the more you win, the more challenges you face. And with thousands of levels, you literally can play as long as you want and never get bored. Trust me. And it's free to download. Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends, Fiends. If you're like us and you tend to put so much focus on your physical health, how you're feeling, and all of that, sometimes we forget about our mental health, and that's why we use BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, you can connect in a safe and private online environment, and it's so convenient. You don't have to go into an office. You don't have to make an appointment. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can do it from your car. You can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling. You can send a message to your counselor anytime. And their service is available for clients worldwide. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. Licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem, you name it, they can help you. Anything you share is confidential. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/reps. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/reps. I know it can't just be me that has trouble finding underwear that fits, that's actually comfortable, that doesn't ride up, that doesn't dig in, that doesn't fall down. And that's why we love Tomboy X. Tomboy X has created underwear that makes us feel like, yeah, this underwear doesn't just fit me, it gets me. In fact, I'm wearing the boy shorts right now and they are so dang comfortable. I honestly don't even know they're there. They have products that range from boxer briefs to bikinis, boy shorts, bras. Every pair of Tomboy X is created to fit you and how you see yourself, and they've expanded beyond underwear also. And wherever you fall on the size, shape, or this is me spectrum, Tomboy X is the underwear your body will love. And with their love at first wear guarantee, you can order risk-free while you find your perfect fit. Discover your inner tomboy and let us get you started with our special discount. Go to tomboyx.com and enter code REPS to get an extra 20% off. That's an extra 20% off when you enter REPS at tomboyx.com, tomboyx.com. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Hey guys, welcome to Between the Reps, Brooke and Jeanna.
Hey, I gotta shut the door.
Shut the door.
I was wondering why my door opened, and then I realized, come here. Come on.
Oh, you got the pup. Oh, not the pup. You got the big guy. Hi, Gunny.
But
Hi, Gunner. He's just a big love bug.
Yeah, I love her. I love her.
So you got back from Hawaii.
Yeah.
How was
so
it?
late. We got back at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Because we had to fly into Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
There's the time change, and then it's a 2-hour drive.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I was exhausted. Me and Todd stayed in bed till like 1 on Saturday.
Oh, wow. That's rare for you.
Because we didn't go to bed till 4. And
Yeah.
I ate an edible, a nighttime edible so I'd sleep. He asked me, he goes, do you have any more? And I go, no, but my mom and dad do. And he goes, okay. He's like, I said, why? You want me to take one? He's like, yeah. So then you will for sure stay in bed with me till noon.
Yeah.
Because if I couldn't sleep and I'm up, then he can't sleep. He says he can't like stay in bed if I'm up doing stuff.
Yeah. I know, because it makes you feel lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but I slept and then was so tired pretty much all Saturday and did not do anything even when I finally got up. I remember he asked me, he's like, what do you want to do today? And I was like, this.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm like, nothing, because especially at that point, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. for me, if I stay in bed too long or
you might as well just stay.
Or something like that happens. It's just where if I tried to get stuff done, and some days you might have to get stuff done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I try to get stuff done, it's like I constantly feel behind, late, like stressed because I didn't start my day early enough to like, you feel behind, not like ahead of all the shit you need to get done.
So you might as well just like completely get rid of the entire day and start fresh.
Yeah. For me, yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, I get that.
The anxiety is strong with this one.
I have done absolutely nothing for 2 weeks because the last time when we talked, it was right before I was supposed to go to San Diego. That trip was canceled because Courtney had COVID. I wasn't so sure that I didn't have COVID. So I took a test. I had 2 negative tests. And then I was like, well, regardless, I'm still sick.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because when I talked to you, I was like, oh, I'm still going because I felt fine. But then I just started to feel worse. So we ended up canceling it, and good thing because I was down like Saturday and Sunday. And I'm still not even sure that I didn't have COVID. I took another test that Sunday because I was supposed to get the halo done, my face laser on Tuesday. And it was still negative, but I felt a little bit better, but I still sounded like this. And, April said to go ahead and come on in because I had negative tests, but who knows? It's like all in my head.
Well, you probably just had a really bad head cold.
Might have. I don't know.
We forget that there's like all these.
Oh no. Yeah, no, for sure. But like my thing was like, I don't care. I mean, I know this is probably not a popular opinion. I don't care if I get COVID, but what I'm saying is like, now it's so crazy because it's not just about giving somebody something that they're going to like recover from, but now because it's COVID, you have to like, if you expose somebody, then they have to miss work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was more worried about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, and then did the halo. And so my skin right now, my whole face is like dandruff.
How was it? How'd you recover from it this time than you did the first time? Dude, I need to get mine done really bad. And so does my mom.
I felt like I was more swollen this time for longer. I almost sent you a video, but you were on vacation. I didn't want to bother you. Yeah, I was swollen. I mean, I'm still a little bit swollen. And what was crazy is that she like focused a lot on like some spots, those spots that I've been trying to get rid of down here, which I mean, it worked. They're like super black right now. But since she had focused so much on those, all of the almost like the swelling settled into my jowls. So I looked crazy. I sent a picture to Megan and Courtney the day after, and I was like, yep, swollen. And they were like, oh man, it's not as bad as I thought. But then the second day I was swollen for 4 days. I mean, I didn't even like I'm still a little bit, but now it's just all peeling off, and it's, yeah. So like when they say it's like, oh yeah, you can go back to work in a couple of days. Well, yeah, if you want to look awful. Like it was bad. Yeah. I had people FaceTiming me, and I was like, I'm not answering that.
You just answer it, but you just face the camera up like this. Hello?
Seriously, it's so bad. And it's like if you see, I mean, you can't probably see on here, but I just have chunks of skin like hanging off my face everywhere. So I feel like it definitely was, I mean, because tomorrow will be a week, and it's definitely not gone. So
well, you don't look super swollen, but also, I mean, it's through.
Well, now I'm not, but I mean, dude, I could show you. It was bad. I look like a monster. Let me find it. Let me see if I can find it. If I'm brave enough to show this, hopefully our video will take a dump again, so I don't have to, so nobody will actually see it. Oh, first of all, this is what Daniel said that I looked like. Can you see it?
Yes. I can't really see it. You got to send it to me.
I'll send it to you. I look haggard. But yeah, anyway, so I've like been in this house for, I don't know, almost like, I feel like almost 2 weeks. I hate it. I hate my house now. Oh, so I wanted to ask you something. I was realizing, so do you ever like, I mean, I know that this has happened to me on numerous occasions, but does this ever happen to you where you say something to somebody like, oh yeah, you know how blah, 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 blah. And you just assume that everybody feels that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example. Well, like one of the examples was, remember years ago when I was telling you and Kat at the gym, I was like, yeah, like, you know, like when you're like looking in the mirror and you try to scare yourself.
Try to scare yourself.
Yeah. And both of you guys were like, no. I think you said you've done it. But Kat looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah. No, I said, I definitely will like look at myself and then like do like ugly faces at myself in the mirror.
Yeah. But like,
and I gross myself out.
Yeah. You either like gross yourself out or you, I can actually picture you doing it right now. No, I used to like look in the mirror and I used to like try like stare myself down and then like try to scare myself. But it happened again to me last night. Oh, another time it happened. Like, I can't stand when somebody like farts when I'm eating or drinking something. I always cover my drink or put like a napkin over my food as, you know, poo particles. And then somebody else thought I was crazy for that. I feel like that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
I mean, who farts and eats? That's just like, I don't know. That just seems wrong.
I mean, I guess I've never really thought about, I don't even know if I can think about a time where I was aware enough that like someone was farting and I was eating at the same time.
Well, I was married for 25 years. But yeah, like Nico would like, he'd be like lounging and like, if I'm like eating in the living room or something, like watching TV, and he'd just like rip a fart. And I just be like, oh my God, and like cover it, like run in the other room and cover it. But no, I was watching something last night. Daniel came over and I was like, yeah, I go, do you ever watch, I was watching this movie about this like psycho, I don't know, it was a really bad movie. Don't watch it. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Hypnotic. Okay. And he hypnotizes people and then he gives them suggestions and like messes with their lives or whatever. Mm-hmm. But do you ever watch movies that have hypnosis in it and think, I can't watch this or listen to it?
Could you think that you're going to get hypnotized?
Yes. Okay, I'll take that as a no.
No.
Well, because like they have like the little, like, because I thought about that. I was like, oh my God, like the person is hypnotizing them. They're giving them the suggestions and they've got the thing going, like the thing, that little metronome or whatever. And I was realizing like anytime I've watched, like even in, remember in, was it Get Out? Remember that movie Get Out?
Oh yeah.
Like there are times in movies like that where they're doing hypnosis and I'll either like look away or like I'll like plug my ears because I don't want to get hypnotized.
I mean, it's understandable. I just always assume that it can't be real because it's a movie. It'd be different if like we were watching like a real hypnosis like live event. No?
I don't know, because if it's just with the sound and what they're saying, you never know.
I don't know.
You can easily be hypnotized. Dude, have you seen, Don't Look Up on Netflix? Oh, is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix.
I don't know, but this sounds familiar. Is that the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but
You have got to watch it. It is so good. Yeah. I haven't found one person that has not loved it. It's just the satire, it's so perfect for like our climate right now and like everything that's going on. It just nails it. Just how like dumb society is basically. Yeah. It's like they're like trying to tell people like a comet is coming to kill the planet, and they're more worried about like I can't remember their names, but they're like the it couple. It would be like Beyonce and Jay-Z are splitting up, you know? And it's like, and it's just like superficial and stupid. And it's really fucking funny.
Yeah. I saw it on there. I was wanting to watch it. I'll have to watch it now.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I know it can't just be me that has trouble finding underwear that fits, that's actually comfortable, that doesn't ride up, that doesn't dig in, that doesn't fall down. And that's why we love Tomboy X. Tomboy X has created underwear that makes us feel like, yeah, this underwear doesn't just fit me, it gets me. In fact, I'm wearing the boy shorts right now, and they are so dang comfortable. I honestly don't even know they're there. They have products that range from boxer briefs to bikinis, boy shorts, bras. Every pair of Tomboy X is created to fit you and how you see yourself, and they've expanded beyond underwear also. Each product is built on values of quality, fit, and inclusivity. They pay attention to every detail, like no back seams for a wedgie-free experience that never rides up, and super comfy, silky smooth waistbands that never roll down. And wherever you fall on the size, shape, or this is me spectrum, Tomboy X is the underwear your body will love. And with their love at first wear guarantee, you can order risk-free while you find your perfect fit. Discover your inner tomboy and let us get you started with our special discount. Go to tomboyx.com and enter code REPS to get an extra 20% off. That's an extra 20% off when you enter REPS at tomboyx.com, tomboyx.com. Restrictions apply. See site for details. If you're like us and you tend to put so much focus on your physical health, how you're feeling, and all of that, sometimes we forget about our mental health, and that's why we use BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, you can connect in a safe and private online environment, and it's so convenient. You don't have to go into an office. You don't have to make an appointment. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can do it from your car. You can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling. You can send a message to your counselor anytime, and their service is available for clients worldwide. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. Licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem, you name it, they can help you. Anything you share is confidential, it's convenient, it's professional, it's affordable, and you can check out the testimonials posted daily on their site. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/reps. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/reps. Like what they say, like versus the picture.
Yeah. In fact, I was thinking about that because I want to start. I've just seen quite a few that have been making me laugh.
Yeah.
A lot where they have the picture and then they have some stupid ass caption with it.
Yes. Yes. So I know we've talked about this before, but so Courtney sent one this morning, but I'm so confused by this. She's in the snow and she's like bent over in front of a snowman. And then the next picture is her laying in front of, I think it's a snowman. I'm not really sure. And she's like laying on her stomach with her butt popped up. And then the next picture is her from behind, bent over, like looking up her butthole and vagina.
Dude, I need to know who this is.
I know. And then the next photo is that like a snowman? You think that's a snowman? I think it's supposed to be a snowman.
I think it's a snowman.
And then the last one is her just posed next to it, smiling at the camera. But it says, falling in love and trying to figure it all out. It's a work in progress.
Dude.
I'm like, what? And Courtney just goes, dude, this post gets thirstier the more you swipe. I go, what in the actual fuck? I go, that's an empowered woman right there.
Dude.
And then she goes, I don't even fucking get the caption at all. God, it's too good. I go, it makes perfect sense. She's falling in love with figuring out she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. We just sound like mean girls.
Oh, here, I got it. I got one for you.
Okay.
Okay. Another one. I'm not going to say the name of this person because I actually, and this person's very nice. And
that's the thing. Like we're not
very, well, here's the thing. Here's, I wish that I had the balls to just call out because some of the people that I see their posts, they're friends of mine.
Yeah, you're like, what?
And I look at it and I go, I look at it and I read the caption. I go, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And here's where I've decided where we just don't fit in this day and age.
Yeah.
We're not influencers.
No.
You know, but I'm going to describe the photos. First of all, girl, so cute, pretty. It's just a bunch of photos with her truck, and beautiful truck, and wearing like almost in like a sexy army get up, like boots, like
so she's looking hot,
pants,
yeah,
and like just at sunset. So it's just beautiful photos. And the caption says, "When you're ready, come and get it." What?
What are you selling? Your truck? Like it's for free? Your good advice? Yeah, what the fuck? Dude, there's so many of them.
So many.
I know. I feel like it is our listeners, if any of you guys out there have a really good, like, and not to like bag on people, like we're not going to like name people, but just really funny posts that the caption makes absolutely zero sense. Please send them to us at betweenthereps@gmail.com. I just can't even understand I don't understand what the one that I was talking about. I don't understand what the pictures mean. And I certainly don't understand how the caption has anything to do with being bent over next to a snowman.
You know what I would have put? If those were my pictures?
What?
I would have put, just trying to get this snowman to look at my butthole.
Seriously. I know. I don't get it. I mean, I've already talked about this before. I just get so, I don't know, depressed when I think of I was watching this movie the other day because that's all I've been doing is being at home. And I think it was like Suffragette or something like that. And it's basically about women back in London that were fighting for the right to vote. Mm-hmm. And, like these women have no rights. One of the women, their husbands don't want them protesting for the right to vote. I mean, this happened here in the States. I mean, this has happened, there's still countries there where women can't vote. And I think about these women who, they had zero rights. They worked for way less than men, like all of the fighting that women have done to be taken seriously. And I mean, men can post some really dumb shit too. But I just wonder if any of those women that are just rolling in their graves, looking at what women because I mean, a lot of us, we've grown up with the right to vote and we've grown up with that. We don't really appreciate that the way that we should, to just turn around and look like dinguses. Hey, if you want to be sexy, be sexy. I don't know. Hey, you want to be sexy? Be sexy.
Hey, if you want to be sexy.
I mean, just look at me.
Hey, if you want to be sexy. Oh, man. Yeah, I wish I could remember because I actually saw some guys' posts on Instagram that I was like, what?
Well, and see, I don't have TikTok, but I've heard, I mean, like I know a ton of men put out like a bunch of
thirst
traps too, for sure.
The thing, oh my gosh. Look at this video.
What?
That's an octopus.
Octopus? Just cruising on the beach?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. That would scare the shit out of me if I saw that.
Yeah. What?
I would not be videoing it.
It's like a, yeah.
It's a slippery slope, right? Because like there's some people that feel like empowered when they take their sexuality and blah, 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 and all that. And I know I sound like I'm making fun of it. I don't know that I necessarily agree with it.
No, here's the part that I don't, a couple of things. When people, I've noticed this with, I'm not going to say names, but I've noticed this in, with some girls that they compete in CrossFit. So I just see them a lot. And it just, with the content, some of them have started posting. To me, as a receiver or a viewer, and being a female and an athlete and knowing them, not like super well, it just looks like they're really trying to be someone that they're not.
Yeah.
And then it is kind of weird. And then
it's kind of weird.
But I overanalyze now, when I'm needing to post something, which I'm so bad at. And the reason I've been so bad at posting is because I don't have content to post all the time. And I'm not good at taking my own photos.
Well, and I think on top of it, it's not whether or not you like doing it. You don't really, it's not that you're not good at it. It's, you don't like to.
Well, I mean, to get a photo. So I don't have photos that I see oh, yeah, I should post that. I mean, when I was competing and I was traveling and training all the time, there was always people taking photos. So you always kind of had a lot of really good content. So everyone that's still competing and, still going to local competitions and doing all this, it's like they kind of have, it's like they got it easy because, when I got into this whole influencer fitness bullshit through competition and just being an athlete, and this is kind of like a byproduct, being an influencer is not easy for me in terms of the job you do, being an influencer, being able to talk to people and educate people and have conversations and be vulnerable and, this interaction, very good at it. That's a natural thing. Same as you, we're very good at it, but the way you have to
sell yourself,
make a living,
video yourself.
So we have to make a living. I'm not as good at it, but now I'll be posting something or needing to post and I'm like, okay, what am I going to write for a caption? Or maybe I'm just trying to think of a type of post and then I'm sifting through my phone to see if I even have a picture to post. Right. And I'm just over analyzing what I'm writing because all I think about is
how many stupid ones are.
I read all these stupid
You're like, God, fuck. I just do not want to sound like that. I know. People are fucking nuts, dude. It's just a completely self-obsessed society.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Do you want to hear something crazy? I don't really want to get on this topic, but it's hard for us to not every once in a while get on it because this is what we're living through right now.
What?
I saw a interview on a news channel and I saw it on TikTok, but it was a gentleman who is in stage 5 kidney failure.
Uh-huh.
And he's been on dialysis. He's been on the waiting list for a new kidney for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And he's at a point where he has to do dialysis every night.
Oh.
And they told him, I don't know which state, I can't remember what state he lives in the hospital he's been going to, but they've denied him a kidney transplant because he's not vaccinated.
Oh, I've heard that they were going to do that in some places.
That's insane.
I know. The whole thing is insane.
And there's the conversation that he has with the doctor. It's recorded. It's a recorded call. So they played it.
Yeah, no, they had a whole
and the doctor just says, well, it seems like you're at a crossroads. Dude's been on a waiting list for 3 years. He's in stage 5 kidney failure.
Did you look it up? Did you background look it up?
It was from, I don't know. The news channel was called Newsmax. I don't really listen to it. I don't watch all. There's so many different news channels, but it was a screen recording of a TV of the news channel doing the story. But I just with it's so much of that kind of stuff and just things that are happening. And none of it, a lot of it's well, I wouldn't even try to deny that situation with all the stuff that's happening, and every state's different and every hospital's different. But I'm like, man, that is fucking,
I know. It's people have, I mean,
like he's been on it for 3 years, and
people
3 years ago that never would have been a thing.
They've
but now
lost their minds. They've lost their minds. And it's hard because it's like you try to have like a open conversation with somebody that may have like a differing opinion from you or whatever. And there's just some people that they are so sure that they're right.
Well,
and it's like I have opinions, but I don't know if I'm right or not. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I know like now they're like coming out with shit and saying things about, I can't remember what it was the other day that people were being canceled for saying like a year ago, that now they're saying like, oh, well, yeah, now, natural immunity is better. And it's like, but people were being canceled a year ago for just bringing it up. Like,
when I was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So first, like from what some of the information that I have heard, which honestly, if you're a logical, realistic thinker, even if you still needed to dig in to find more information, seems very realistic, which is this. They're saying, if you have natural immunity from the Delta variant or like the first cases of COVID that came out, that is better than what you could get from if the first time you get it is Omicron. Cause it's like, I think maybe it was just, they're more intense or something like that. So I was in Hawaii and we were just listening to the radio. Wow. I mean, wow. What blew my mind is like, all we know, without like, without like giving into the, the different hypothesis around how it started, where it's going, what the big plan was, if there was a plan, is it natural, is it not, all those things that, aside, when you have like this big sickness and it keeps changing and adapting, wouldn't you assume, and what's the thought that we have, that like, it's just going to become a new normal in a sense where it's seasonal, so it's like when it was Christmas, like December, January, they're saying there's these spikes and there's all these spikes. And you talk to like April and doctors are like, well, yeah,
it's always a spike. It's flu season. Or like, there's no,
that's
like 100% capacity.
Yeah. And it's like, and they have doctors that are like, well, yeah, but it's seasonal. Like that's the case every year. Right. But they were saying it was the attorney or the lieutenant governor or something like that, some person that was speaking on this channel on the radio interviewing that works in like the hospitals. I can't remember what position he holds, but it's high up. You could tell that he was like a younger guy. We assumed like in his probably mid 30s based on like how he sounded and the way he was speaking and the words he was using. Anyways, they're talking about, Hawaii and, they're going over like capacity and like pretty soon they're going to be doing a lot better because they're going to have way more nurses that are back working in the hospitals and blah, blah, blah. But he actually had the audacity to say that if you've had your shots and your booster, that you have immunity. And even though we know that people that get their vaccination, they still can.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like not as bad.
Right. But like you still can get it, you still can pass it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why it was really important for people that were really high risk to get it because they just can't recover as much and then they end up in the hospital or whatever. Right. But he basically said, because they're asking him questions, because out there they really live on tourism. So they're asking about like, are they going to make a fourth shot? Like, is that going to be a thing? And he's like, oh yeah, people in this area, are already begging for a fourth shot. And he said, it's going to be very expensive, but we got to do what we got to do. And then he's talking about how, in fact, he put a date on it. He said, I think it said February 18th. That on February 18th, it's going to be completely different and so much better and blah, blah, blah. And I'm in the car with Todd and I was like, February 18th, huh?
What the
That's
fuck?
the date. That's the date that it all turns around. That's when it's behind us. He said that's when Omicron will be behind us. And I was like, what? Like, how can you do that?
Like at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Like what like, is there a specific time? I mean, I feel like if he's narrowed it down to a specific date, he might as well narrow it down to a specific time. Yeah. We've eradicated it. Yeah. The thing is, they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
I was like, we're in the car and it was,
nobody knows.
Just listening to like the local radio station because that's all we're playing, and we're driving, and I was blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh. And really, like, I was blown away because I'm like, how, like, the things that you're saying, how do I would hope that more people would also be like, what? Like, question your credibility a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like what I think about is what you've talked about, the opioid epidemic show.
Yep.
And how with medicine or new drugs, really the only way doctors or people find out about it is what they're told when someone's bringing it to them, correct?
Yeah.
Unless they're someone who has been they've been part of the group that's doing the studies or trying to create it, or
I mean, the pharmaceutical reps go in and basically sell the drug to the doctors, sell them on it.
And so it's like, for me, I'm like, how it should be, as it always was, it should be normalized to question anyone that's telling you their opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in terms of like, if you go to the hospital and they want you to, they're saying, here are your options, right? Like, you have cancer. Here are your options.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then it's like totally normal to get a second, third, fourth opinion.
Right.
But you kind of take that format into like this day and age with this one type of illness that's, you know, it's adapted enough that now they're saying it's like way less, it's easier to get through, like to recover from it than what it was. Right. But it's like,
well, I think they're, yeah.
Well, what they're saying is like,
they're on where you're at physically. And like, I know that there are some people that are not vaccinated that have gotten it, that have been fine, but there, you know, it can go either way. We don't fucking know.
Here's what I've decided. We're living in the, what's that show? In the something zone. What is it?
The Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone.
We are living the Twilight Zone.
Dude, we're in the Twilight Zone.
We are obsessed with playing games on our phone. It's just like a great way to just kind of zone out when you just have like a couple minutes to wait for something. You know, maybe I'm waiting in a doctor's office, or, you know, waiting for your kids to get out of school and you're, you know, stuck in the car. It's awesome to play Best Fiends. Best Fiends is a mobile puzzle game that anyone can download and play, whether you have a few minutes or a few hours. Best Fiends is the perfect puzzle game to lose yourself in because you're having so much fun. And I love a puzzle. I just love it. You can solve thousands of puzzles. And the more you play, the more characters you collect. And the more you win, the more challenges you face. And I just finished level 60 and it is so addicting, I can't put it down. I freaking love this game. And with thousands of levels, you literally can play as long as you want and never get bored. Trust me, you'll never get bored. You won't want to put it down. And it's free to download. Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends. Fiends.
I just think it's crazy how, I was going to say crazy, but it actually, I think it's like it's a personality type, right? I think there's certain personality types that are drawn to certain things to make them feel like a hero or better than. Does that make sense?
Well, but yeah, so it's like that hero complex.
Yeah. And
except for you have people that are being heroic, but they're actually like, they're like Karens. They're just assholes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like you can't be a hero if you're doing it in a way just to like put someone down and then.
Right. There's people that feel like I've done this thing because I care about other people. So that means if somebody else doesn't make that choice, you know, like, two of my sisters and I are vaccinated. One sister is not vaccinated. Not once have I looked at her and thought, you don't care about other people. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, no, she has concerns about it, and that's okay. Like, dude, when did it not become okay to have concerns about something for yourself? And when did we become this like crazy lunatic people looking at other people and saying, well, you know, I mean, I can't believe you wouldn't do that. You're selfish and you're this and you're that. And it's like, when did making a personal choice for yourself and what you want to put in your own body become selfish to other people?
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane to me. And it's crazy. Like, I still like follow certain people that just, you know, they go crazy on one side or go crazy on the other. And it's like, wow, you guys just all wanted to find something that you could channel all your nastiness out on.
Dude, well, I just heard that in Salt Lake County in Utah, in Salt Lake County, they're trying, I don't know who they are. Yeah. But someone, a group of whatever, they're trying just in that county to make it so unvaccinated can't leave their houses.
That's fucking ridiculous.
How dumb is that?
You know, and people out there may not agree with me, but I'm going to tell you right now, I think that when you decide to make people do something like that, I mean, we all know that the vaccinated and the unvaccinated can transfer COVID.
It literally is just like, it's going no matter what.
And it's made so available that whoever wants to be vaccinated is most likely vaccinated. And I'm making an assumption. I don't know. I just know, like, in my area.
Oh yeah.
And so,
oh no, it's available.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm sure maybe there's some areas that it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
The point is that why do we give a fuck if unvaccinated people are walking around and they get it? Because that was their choice.
Well, and
I mean, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me why we care.
People that are vaccinated can get it and have gotten it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it makes no sense.
It makes no sense to be so opinionated, and so opinionated in a way that it's, and I think this is has been the plan, or is a part of the plan, but like, it just is really helping.
All this, I know the plan.
Well, it just makes a lot of sense because the whole thing's become so political. I mean, you look at all the politicians that they all are invested in the pharmaceutical companies that are making the drugs,
that are backing their, yeah, of course.
You know, and so it's keeping the divide. It's like, I don't know. It's like,
they've done a really good job at it.
Oh yeah. What did Todd? Done a
really, really good job.
Todd said, and he had a good point. He said, you know, in sports, athletes aren't allowed to, I think he said bet on games. Like, you can't, if you're playing, like you're not allowed to do that. Like, right. So basically you can't make money off of the sport. He's like, right. So why can politicians have equity or ownership or invest money into things like pharmaceuticals and things like that?
Well, even some of them that aren't investing, they're still backing their running. So it's like, I mean, it's just all so fucking shady. I don't know.
It's nuts. We're in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, we're in the Twilight Zone. Sorry, guys. We just like went on a rant. You may not agree with us. You may agree with us. I'm not sure. We're actually have, you know, zero political background. just
we're just trying to survive.
We're just
because in these times we can't really thrive.
Trying to make sense. So you know what we're trying to say is just, you know what? Focus more on those stupid fucking Instagram posts of girls with random sayings. Let's just focus on that. Maybe that's why we have all that shit. Because everything else is so other batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. All right. Well, we should probably wrap this up.
Hey, and if you guys are starting to, you know, be concerned about if you want to keep investing time into listening to us, we do have some guests lined up. They're coming up.
We keep saying it, but we do.
Next week, we're going to have Andrew Wax. He is my point of contact with the company Live Health, which is the company I've just started working with, and I will definitely keep you updated on how things are going. But with my blood panel work and my hormones and all that good stuff. I have had my talk with my doctor when I was in Hawaii, and man,
are you fucked up?
Yeah,
you're real fucked up. I knew it.
Yeah, I actually would love to have her on as well. I think she would be really great to chat with us, but I haven't received all my medicines yet. But when I do, she said it'll probably be a couple months before I really start feeling better. But I'm like, I mean, that's nothing compared to like, I've felt pretty shitty for like 6 months.
Dude, I can't wait to see what your bedside table is going to look like.
There'll be some stuff on there because there's like one thing I got to take in the morning first thing. This is where I was a little concerned, right?
Yeah.
You guys, this is the last thing, then we'll hang up. But when I wake up in the morning, 9 times out of 10, I am really hungry. And I'm so hungry that I feel nauseous. Like I feel kind of sick. Like it's almost like my stomach feels so empty that it feels like sick. And I don't need to eat anything big. I just need something small. And that happens sometimes in the middle of the night. But if I'm sleeping through the night, it's first thing in the morning for sure. Well, I'll be taking a little thing for my thyroid, and that I have to take first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and I can't eat anything for an hour.
Oh no, you're probably going to throw it up.
And I'm like, for an hour?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm like,
you know what you're going to do? You're going to like set your alarm for like an hour before you wake up so you can go to get a snack. For sure. You're just getting up. You like your alarm set for 6, but you're just getting up at like 5 a.m, going back to sleep.
Definitely some things that she was really concerned about. Well, I'm going to tell you what it is, but anyone who has had experience with, fixing their own hormone type stuff or blood work, no need to email in about this because they've ordered more tests to get more of it figured out. But it's my C-reactive protein. And they want it to be at like a 1 or less than 1. And I'm over 7.
Oh.
So
How does that affect?
I mean, dude, when we had the conversation, there's like so many.
Yeah, it's probably like so, yeah.
But it's something that's like cardiovascular. It could be like, I don't know, it could heart problems. I don't know.
Oh,
so she was really concerned about it, but there are certain things that can make that number go up. She was thinking, I had surgery, had my nose fixed August, right? Early August.
Yeah.
And she said, there's through a lot of different numbers that she saw, she's thinking that my body hasn't been able to get rid of like the toxins that basically can build up from having like anesthesia. And so we're redoing that test along with some other ones that will give her more information or places to look or things like that. But it's kind of with that number being that high, she's basically saying it's almost like there's some not infection, like, if you get a cut and it gets infected, but she said there could be some sort of like infection or something going on in my body somewhere. And we don't know if there is, or if there was something else that was, adding to that number. That's why we're going to do the test again to see if the number is still really high.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. You're stressing me out.
I know, right? But she said
you're worrying me.
She said that like that right there, among other things, but that's for sure like showing like why I've felt really shitty.
Yeah.
So, but as soon as I had my call with her, because I'd been waiting for that and went over that, I haven't received any of the stuff yet, which is like, I just can't wait. It's supposed to get here this week, and then I can start taking it, and then we'll do more blood work to, watch my levels and everything like that. But before that, it was like stressed. And then as soon as I talked to her, I was like, okay, I'm like, it was like a relief to at least have
something
a doctor that's been able, she can like look at all the blood work, and, someone, like they say for women, it's more complicated than for men.
Makes sense.
And even like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, Googling like, what's this? Or what's this? What's the optimal number you should have? So it was a lot better once I had her just kind of, she went through everything, because so much of it they work together. So, one number might be here, but based off of these other things, like it's not as bad as we think it is, blah, blah, blah. So moral of the story is this: we're going to have Andrew Wax on, and then probably down the road, I'd love to have Elizabeth Yurth. She is my doctor, and he's going to kind of talk about Live Health and what they do and what service they provide. And hopefully a lot of listeners that might, especially some of the, female listeners that are either
jacked up,
like going through menopause, or things feel like they're a little bit weird. There are reasons why, and so, you got to get those checked, got to get your blood work done. And it's not just for, a lot of athletes obviously get their blood work because they're training so hard, but it's for just everybody. I'm going to get my dad's going to start working with the company as well. But a lot of the stuff she looked at, she was almost assuming that I was overtrained. And I was like, no.
Like, no, not lately.
I said, I wish.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm like, I haven't even been able to train enough to get to a point where I'm overtrained. I'm like, have I been overtrained before? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, when I was training for the games and training all the time. And so you kind of lived in a place where you were overreached, which is like, you're kind of towing the line of being overtrained. And this I never really thought about this before. So I can't wait to ask Andrew some of these questions, but I'm 32. A lot of the changes that you see happening is in like women in their 30s. But I think about, there's all these crazy CrossFit athletes that are like the young kids, but let's just talk about girls that are just doing amazing things, lifting, so much weight. You've got like 17-year-olds lifting like 200 pounds, snatching.
Insane. Yeah.
And it makes so much sense because they say that women's testosterone peaks when they're 18.
Oh.
So what I'm wondering, and that's, is how many of these athletes would end up dealing with things like I'm dealing with, or like Camille was dealing with, or from overtraining.
For so younger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it has something to do with it.
The positive is that there are doctors and people out there that work in this type of medicine. So there are things you can do about it, or people that you can, keep an eye on your blood work and all that good stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Don't forget to
rate, review, subscribe, 5-star rating, 5-star warning.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
See ya.